T-minus 40 seconds. Oh, hey, cool. My microphone is on. Didn't even realize. Hello, everyone. I've been testing a lot last night. Figure maybe you guys might want to see what I've been up to. Hello to everyone. It's gonna be impossible. I mean, I have the chat going for both Twitch and YouTube. It's gonna be real hard to actually respond to everything, but I mean, I'll try to glance your way every so often. Alright, we're just gonna stay at 1 second. Double sound? There's no way it's doing double sound somehow. What is up? This is not the scene I wanted to switch to. There we go. Professional streamer. Now it's gone. Was it actually doing double sound? That's weird. Don't click that link, anyone in Twitch chat. You know E. You know not to trust his links. Hello everyone. We're gonna be flying Dinosaur today. Just some test runs. We want to make sure a few things. We want to see its cross range. We want to see its ability to alter its trajectory coming into the atmosphere. We want to figure out if we can land at a place specifically. We won't really be doing that many suborbital flights in the actual overall Kerbalkind, but if one or two of them, and I want to make sure that those are great, and then we can do orbital reentry testings until the cows come home. But yeah, I think we're on both platforms here. Thank you for the follow. I have no idea if the alerts are all set up correctly. I threw the chat box back into this screen right here, and it appears to have disappeared. Okay, all right, that's fine. Wait. No, it's a chat box. Chat you, yeah. There we go. Oh, that's right. I did it to the wrong scene. That's why. All right. So stream boss, you're gonna have to go above here. Let's get the game to actually load up though. Come on. That's right. That's right. You YouTube people and you Twitch people, you can talk to each other now. I'm gonna throw you up there. Good enough for me. Okay. Stop searching for the game. There we go. There we go. See, the chat, it might be a little bit bonked there. I just realized this color source also has to move up here. Professional streamer. I'm totally prepared. Twitch frogs.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yep, those are working. Oh, hi, Mark. I need that to go away so I can see where the top of this is, though. Go away. All right, yeah, this is good. Sure. It's not, it's
Adam.
You know, it's probably better without that color source even. Let's get rid of that. Looks better without it. Okay. Let's do stuff. Yeah?
Yeet.
Yeet. Oh, it's not auto refreshing to the bottom here. That's a bit bothersome. It should be fine. All of the channel points sounds. Thank you for the follow, Waterbron. There were some other follows I missed. Scary one too. Oh, I can't see this one. Oh, Scary one too subscribed, dude. Also, new sound for that. That way? Sound is that way. It's in the middle. Corn dog dealer, thank you for the follow. Oh, it's not loading the one in between. Okay, we're good. I like pizza followed. Shanikin, Jay, I'm just calling you Jay. User 25th, I know you. Thank you for the follow, guys. We're gonna get all of the people just spamming their channel points for audio stuff for a while now, I think. Let's see, can I take... I don't know if it's doubling the audio for those things. I don't think it is. I don't know. Thank you for the follow, Dragon. I have no freaking clue what's happening. All right. Yeah, there's lots of people doing a lot of things with the Twitch stuff. Oh, dude, that's no problem, Mark. At least we got you on YouTube here. Okay. Let me show you guys what we have for Dinosaur, right? I have 2 test vehicles set up, and I just slapped in Kerbalism configs into the game. Hopefully we'll be able to see those working and we can adjust some things. All right, Dinosaur 2 mock-up. Well, no. I was having troubles with some of these. We're just gonna delete that one. Dinosaur 2 mock-up. This is the working design here. Snake! Thank you so much. That's another Snake 2. What was it? Snake. What was that? It was a scary one too. With the sub before. Snake with the sub. Thank you so much. Are things like 30 seconds behind? Yeah, I mean, I'm going through Restream and it's branching off and then streaming to both platforms. So I feel like there's gonna be a bit of a delay there. But this is the KX20-01 with a trans stage attached to it. This is a theoretical choice for us for when we get to orbital flight with Dinosaur. And I don't know if you haven't seen any of the models of Dinosaur in the game, but check out the docking arms. Look how cute these are. It just raises little arms. I need to show you what it'll dock to. If we end up going with like a Saturn 1 station, look at this thing. It'll just go and grab on, this is backwards, but it would just grab onto the pole like that. It's adorable. Yo, you have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Looks like we've got a hype train already. My goodness. But yeah, these little grabbers. Man, okay, Restream chat, you're letting me down. I need to go to the YouTube chat so I can actually see. Yeah, okay, we can see if we do this. It'd be really cool if I could bring chat into like a different window specifically for YouTube, but this'll work. This'll work for right now. Yeah, all right, this way we get chat for both of them. This is a mess on my left screen here. It's just a mess. They're inspired by the Tyrannosaurus Rex's tiny... Are they really? It's 100% true and not all made up just now. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some re-entry testing with this, simulating this, just throwing this up into orbit and flying it around just for the hell of it. But I'm here to mostly see what we've got for Kerbalism. We have crew science, perfect. We have a scrubber. That's pretty good. The scrubber's not automatically running. Oh, no, it is running. What does it require? It requires fuel we don't have inside of it though. So that's good. And then this aft bay, the equipment compartment, I should say, should... Yep, it's got a fuel cell. It has a pressure controller. All right, Kerbalism settings are working. We're not gonna mess with them though. We don't need them yet. Let's move over to the VAB where we have...
my sub lapse.
Somehow I let my sub lapse. Delta V, thank you so much for the sub. BB Plague, you as well, thank you so much. Okay, let's just, his name shall be Alfred. So, as you saw, if you saw here, before the stream actually started, you would have seen the screenshot of a flight test with the Chitin 2. And that looks a little bit like this. Looks exactly like this. I don't know what I'm talking about. With the crazy fins for the suborbital flight, I was told by Yoshi, our in-house shuttle expert on the Discord, these wings are just like aircraft parts that were just bolted on for the sake of this. It never actually flew like this, I don't think, but that's what they would have done. And this is designed to get it almost orbital. We're a good 1300 meters per second shy of orbital velocity here. But our first flight test here, It might spawn me on the runway on accident, but that's fine. Our first flight test here is gonna be just going for range, just showing you guys what the thing is capable of. It's quite fun to fly, if everything still works the way it's supposed to. Yeah, simulate. This does not have the trans stage attached to it or anything. I think you should go with another docking system such as the APAS instead of the docking arms that came with Dinosaur, if you want to use it as a crew ferry. That is the thing. CBY, there's an interesting concept with that, because we'd be using the arms and a docking port that is 90 degrees facing upwards inside of its cargo bay. We'd use the arms to actually dock with the vessel, and then we'll open up the cargo bay. There would be a docking port in the middle. I can show you. I think the current configuration has... Oh, empty. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Let me get some ambient lighting here for the stream's sake. So there'd be a compartment here, which, by the way, you can exit here, walk through this. You can walk through this. Even this part here has limited crew capacity. It's not represented in the game completely accurately, but it would have a very limited crew capacity. It's more of just like a bay, like right in the middle here. There'd be just a little room for like storing random stuff. All right, why does my chats keep freezing? Tomboy Twink, thank you so much for the sub. All right, stop zooming the game. Is there a white config for the Dinosaur? Yes, there is. It's not fully white. You can, with this version of Dinosaur, you can make the wings white. You can make the tail stabilizer white. And then the cockpit, cargo bay, and the equipment compartment, it's like the top half of it is white, but it's not fully white. And honestly, it looks really cool, and we'll be using that paint variant for less military applications, I guess. But what I was saying is, say if we do the Saturn 1 station, like a wet lab station, I think it would be, we would use these little docking arms, which don't want to extend right now. That's fine. We'd use them to dock with the station, open this up, and the station itself or Dinosaur will have like an extended thing that will attach the other docking port to it afterwards. So you could consider the arms soft dock and the actual docking port like hard dock or something like that. But it spawned us on the runway, as you can see here. We're gonna be trying to fly ourselves over to Africa and just seeing if we can pull it off. Because, I don't know, that sounds like fun. Oh, sweet, that resets the part. Awesome. Let's put this thing into the sky and start actually flying it here. Enough watch stream girls. Gotta love the spam comments. We don't need that open. We don't need this open anymore. Max relative velocity, a lot. Perfect. Okay, that reminds me that I haven't actually set this up quite right. We want these to be inactive for the launch. Something else I've yet to implement. Hey, we got Hype Train level 2. Let's go. Something I've yet to implement is a launch escape system, an abort system that will consist of probably a solid motor connected to either the equipment section or the aft bay that will take it away. And it'll be able to lift off from the pad per se, if say an engine fails like 3 seconds after lifting off. We hope that wouldn't happen, but it's always a possibility. All right, let's launch this thing. Enough talk. I wonder if we have... This might be loud. No, guess not. It's pretty quiet, but I'm also pretty far away. You'll have to just imagine the whoop, right? There we go. The stability of this thing, just the gimbals and the fins at the bottom, top notch. I can help you with that abort system. I've got ideas because I'd like to be able to use it. Let's say we didn't use it to abort and we didn't use it to deorbit. These are the yellow clouds that you saw a screenshot of. It's just that time of day. Everyone knows the time of day when every cloud is just a acidic yellow. It has nothing to do with global warming, I promise. But anyways, what I was saying is if we don't use them to abort and we don't use them to deorbit, I'd like to somehow be able to use them to propel ourselves in the atmosphere. Say we fall short of our target and we can use them to like boost back up and then glide further, which would be pretty cool. But this is the suborbital test vehicle. I think I would like to actually be pitching way more. I have these giant wings in the bottom. I might as well abuse them. Camera tools, Doomlord. Camera tools. Would recommend. Launching from yeah, basically as Dio. Alright, this stage has a good 40 seconds left in it still. Though most abort systems for spaceplanes contain 2 phases. I want to aim camera here. This is our beauty. This is our beauty dinosaur. 20 seconds till first stage set. Cosmo, what is up? Dinosaur is a thing now, of course. Gotten early access to Cap Kirk's additions to this model of it. I'm going with a really lighting the second stage. Oh, oh, all right. I lit the stage a little bit too early. This would constitute an abort. Let's see. I don't have the staging right. This would constitute an abort for sure. In fact, we could probably ditch the aft bay and the docking arms. We wouldn't have the docking arms for the actual suborbital flight either. All right, so this will be a hella suborbital test. Pretty much the stream today is, suffice to say, a test of Restream. Hybrid, cool. A test of Restream, first and foremost. And we're just gonna be flying this thing in a whole bunch of different flight profiles. This one was an accidental abort after separation of the second stage. In its current configuration that I had initially set up, I have way more HTP fuel than we actually need. Let's get some like flight data on the screen here too. Well, I can actually turn things off? Oh, sweet. Okay, all I want to know is lift and drag for the most part. Guess that's aero forces. Sweet. Can throw that there. We got all of our menus just off to the side. Thank you for the follow, W-Mans. Oh, someone redeemed a hydrate. Man, I got no water in this cup. All right, no one break the dinosaur. I need some water. Cheers. Ah, it's not risky. You guys haven't broken my vehicles before. I wish this was the actual video. I feel you, aviationist. I'm taking more time than intended. For instance, we don't have RP1 cost for this vehicle yet, but Capkirk's working on it. We expect that quite soon. I'm very excited to actually be able to fly things like this. You can see our lift is pretty dang good. What we want is surface heat. Our vertical speed is very high at the moment, but we should be able to sort of bounce back. Here's where the dynamic soaring comes into play. You see this? Oh, time warping like crazy. All right, we need to turn off the RCS. Now, the control likes to do this with us. I think we might be able to get away with mouse aim flight, though. Yeah, we should be able to get away with mouse aim flight. I assume this re-enters in the same position as the space shuttles, right? Sort of. So how does the space shuttle re-enter? What sort of angle of attack or orientation, if you know off the top of your head? Knowing Cat, how is episode 13? It's well, as you can see here, we're still doing a lot of testing. There hasn't been any missions flown quite yet. Beardy has completed just a few. Are you winning? It's a really close race. It's a really close race. Definitely more than 90 degrees. Okay. So the way the Dinosaur will try to re-enter is having a really shallow angle of attack. And it'll work by either maintaining a shallow angle of attack to maximize your range, but it will be, what you can do is you can dive, you can put the nose down and force yourself to go in the atmosphere, and then like go a high angle of attack to sort of skip off the atmosphere really high, and you can use that to lessen the range for like a specific landing target. That's stuff that I have yet to really perfect. Now, if you know Farum Aerospace, you know the water is just basically death. I'm gonna just do some like skips to slow down faster here. The water's gonna be absolutely deadly. What was that notification? Thank you for the follow, Admiral Gamer. I'm very sorry if I missed notifications for anyone. What I practically want to do is like stall and then just kind of fall, right? And stalling, very much stalling, and oh, perfect. You will notice that we just stopped. Yo, Gwen, thanks for subscribing to the channel. We just came to a stop, like. But it survived. That doesn't always happen. So we're just gonna hit restart on that sim because that's not what we wanted to simulate there. Restart simulation. Gal, the things, Markham, thank you for the follow. Is it or Tismo? I apologize for pronouncing your names, everyone. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, KSP water in RO is very funky. I think you would know, Destroy. Yeah, Delta V, don't push your luck, man. Paisley, thank you for the follow. Reset my flight data. Boo. That's okay, I won't need it. Let us lift off once again. I'm actually gonna leave these connected just to see what happens. Cause you know, if we have to abort, I'd rather not have to try to click them. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Should be all right. I'm gonna pitch over like immediately though. Also, I'm sorry, there are some people that really don't like the plume that I have for the LR87 because it's not the right one. I can select it in the editor, I just keep forgetting. Is this STS-001 for you? Not really. Its first and foremost role isn't really a space transportation system, although it definitely is capable of it. There are a handful of, how would you call it? Tasking, I think is what I came up with. There's a handful of tasking that we can do with Dinosaur pretty much right when it's flight ready. They include weather observation, terrain observation, photography, parachute pants. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Same with Ari Cats. Didn't show that notification though. Oh, there it is. Aviationist, you like the plum? Yeah. Yeah, it does look awesome, but it's not the right one. Isdio, you're one of the ones who knows. Okay. We can grab the right one, if I remember. The angle for entry is actually 40 degrees on the dot. For that, for multiple astronauts talking about the show. Ah, okay. Okay, Kosi. Yeah, the idea for the Dinosaur isn't to just keep that 40-degree angle all the way down. It's to like let yourself go down to the atmosphere and just like pull up and like glide off of the atmosphere for a handful of times. You'd be able to time that out by doing a lot of math I don't understand, given any sort of desired landing area. But yeah, we just wing it here in KSP. It works, it's close enough. So this was more of a gradual ascent of just seeing if we can reach Africa, because I want to know if we hold a very shallow angle of attack. I would like to know what our maximum range is. Okay, from here on out, we're gonna be burning this thing just horizontal. And I actually kind of want a screenshot of this thing flying horizontal because that's cool. Look at that shoot. We're actually gonna be flying this thing in the episode. That's freaking awesome. I don't know how many suborbital flights we're gonna be doing. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, everyone. We got 4 more. Alexander, Don, Airwave, Xander. Oh, all right. Missed the hot stage, but that's probably safer. Ooh, I didn't mean to blow that off. Unsubbed just to sub again. Respect. All right, I'll be flying with just this for now. And I think what we need to do is actually turn the pitch off here because it's interfering with our gimbal. Okay. Are we gonna get flyback boosters? If we get that far in the series, then yes. There's gonna be quite a lot of time between now and when KSP2 releases, so it's possible. It looks wrong with you ascending, not upside down like the shuttle does. I see. Truthfully, I don't know if it was intended to go like upside down like that with the Dinosaur or not. I just base it off of Ascent with Gemini where it's like that, right? Also, I'm very sorry, my YouTube chat, my Twitch chat are like different on my left screen, so I'm probably ignoring Aviationist. I can see that comment. I'm ignoring one of the platforms than the other. I disclaimered in the beginning of this stream that I'm not gonna be purposefully ignoring anyone, but it's just gonna be happening. You put the LR87H2 on the upper stage to get a bit of extra oomph. I love that engine make. Thank you for unsubbing notification when? Soon. I don't think I know how to Grab that. Why did the shuttle ascend upside down? Probably to not induce negative G's on the crew during ascent, is my guess. It will, like, you know, when you're doing the ascent, the slight gravity pushing you to your seat rather than pushing you out of your seat. That's my guess, but I could be entirely wrong. All right, we're gonna hold about 10 degrees angle of attack from the horizon. That wasn't the only reason. So that pilots could see the Earth and know their okay. It also ensures the SRBs don't smash into the delta wings upon separation. That makes too much sense. Can't be that. I'm kidding, Soda. Yeah, that's a good reason. We don't have to worry about SRBs with the Dinosaur. Carnasa, I'm streaming on both. Also, hello. What is this holding for us? Just a ton of electric charge that we don't need. All right. I don't know why we have the docking arms on there still, but we can separate from Titan then. What do we need? We need pitch. There we go. All right, so now we've got full control of the vessel. I haven't quite gotten waterfall configs for the vehicle set up yet. Give me the mod and I'll deal with these ruffians. Sounds good, Carnasa. I got you. How do I, oh, I can just hit add moderator. Hey, welcome to the modding team. Bobos, what is up? Why is there 55 people? No, it's not a raid. I just decided to stream on Twitch and YouTube using Restream. Shout out Restream, please sponsor me. This is the first time I've actually tried using Restream because there's a lot of people that follow this specific series on YouTube. But I like streaming on Twitch because of the user interactivity. So this is the best of both worlds. I can just stream to both. We might be doing more of this in the future. Anyways, we're flying butt first at the moment. There's no downward facing thrusters here, is there? Translation controls still needs some work, I think. Looks like we have no 4 thrusters. Let's see, 4 afts on? Yeah, we got that. Okay. 4 aft on. All right. We're still in the upper atmosphere, so I'm just testing translation controls. It doesn't appear that we have translation up, so we're just gonna flip upside down and get that sorted out. There we go. It's a bit wonky. Oh, wrong rotation. Wrong rotation. It's a bit wonky with just, you know, keyboard controls. What I should be doing is doing this maybe sideways. Let's get a locked view. That won't be nauseating at all. Might actually be a little bit better. Okay, cool. I definitely need to adjust translation controls. But we are just kind of gliding out here. This thing is staying very, very stable, very straight. I'm curious about its aerodynamics here. Not sure if YouTube just died or that my tab on my browser is frozen. YouTube people. YouTube people, is it still working? Yeah, Carnasa will be joining. That is not a rumor. Well, I guess it is a rumor, but it's a true rumor.
Do you have a happy place? Everything. The happy place is realizing that you're everything, and that there's no real.
Yeah, let's get ourselves away from Titan 1 here.
It's a weird little semantic jump.
Very well. We need to worry about entering the atmosphere now. So what we want is first about this much. Oh, that's starting to hit Atmo now. Good timing. Farewell. Farewell, Titan 1, or Titan 2 second stage. Thank you for following, Googles. Goog1S. And thank you for the follow, Hero Blaster. And Creepy Fox. And Tumble Dryer. I'm so bad at missing these. Thank you all so much. YouTube people say YouTube's working. Did someone say for all Kerbalkind 2 and KSP 2? Mayhaps. You have plans to make gliders your main workhouse for crewed spaceflights, or is this solely for bragging rights? So what, my other playthrough and 9SA? Yeah, we're gonna go full retro sci-fi space planes for that. But for all Kerbalkind, these aren't gonna become the main power horse. They're definitely gonna become something of their own though, right? This dinosaur is gonna have a lot of different uses. Like satellites. We can do a whole bunch of things with satellites. We can technically deploy satellites from the cargo bay. Although I'm not sure if we would really want to do that. It might be time effective, but it's not very cost effective. All right, I need to worry about heat. Oh yeah, we need to pull up right now. Okay. Our temperature got dangerously high there. But we are good now, we're good. So we can't keep a shallow angle when we're falling that high. We can keep this much left. Okay, so satellite deployment, that's one small thing we can do. Satellite inspection, that's gonna be one of this vehicle's primary goals. Satellite inspection, anti-satellite weaponry, maybe. Crew ferries, when we have the crew cabin. What other things is this thing capable of? Espionage, I mean, weather photography. Yeah, that sort of stuff. All right, so we bounced out of the atmosphere and now we're able to glide. It slowed down a little bit. Kind of unfortunate, but we really didn't have a choice based on our trajectory. Shooting down space, well, yo, how we doing? We're doing pretty good, If you need anti-sat weaponry, oh, Jace. I'm excited to develop some things of my own, we'll see. I love some of the nuclear thermal concepts for interplanetary missions that got proposed over the years. I do as well. We're getting close to having decent-ish nukes unlocked, I think. We're gonna hold like 8 degrees. We'll hold 8 degrees that'll allow us to go like up and down, sort of gradually bleeding off speed. Let's see where we are at this point in time. Well, I don't know I'm expecting that we're gonna get like right around here. I don't know if we're actually able to get all the way to, I consider over here, this would be like Africa, right? I don't know if we'll get that far or not. Just watching our heat rise here. And I said like kinetic weapons when? Are we going to re-entry fast now? I mean, our speed was just under orbital speed, so this is sort of similar conditions to what orbital entry is going to be like. All right, our temperature is nowhere near deadly at the moment. That's good. We're going to keep holding 12 degrees for this. Gotta go. All right, see ya. Go up to lose speed. Yeah, we did that. Okay, use nuclear transfer stage back and forth from the moon and use the dinosaur as a ferry to that. Could be. I have yet to see just how cost effective it will be with Dinosaur. That's going to be a huge determining factor for giving the vehicle certain tasks, is its cost effectiveness. F-15 launched anti-satellite missiles. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's hold like 10 degrees. It seems good. I don't know what we'll develop for anti-satellite weaponry. I'll have to see what sort of designs NASA has come up with over the years and just vibe with it to see if I can't recreate some of them somehow, some way. Maybe use one of our satellites as a test vehicle for such things. It could be quite fun. Something that one of the primary goals of this vehicle is going to be completing the Discoverer Sats contracts. Now, those satellites, science experiments usually take 5-6 months to actually complete a cycle of it. It'll complete 1/5 of the entire experiment before it runs out of film. But we're actually changing that experiment to be able to run in a 24-hour time frame for every 1/5 chunk, so a total of 5 days as the total mission or science experiment time, and that will allow Dinosaur to fly up, gather all the science from be the Carnasa sort of analog science experiment and come back down, giving the added benefit of a lot more power that this vehicle has, along with a major factor of having a crew on board to operate the camera rather than worrying about autonomous things. It's a huge boost to speed on that experiment. This is something that Beard and I workshopped and are coming up with this. And that will allow me to do all of the contracts because, as we know, outside of what America knows in the series, Beardy took some of my freaking film from Discoverer 4, and then Discoverer 4 landed in the Yucatan Peninsula in the rainforests to possibly never be seen for quite some time, so we can never prove that Beardy actually stole our film. So there's still suspicions though, you know, a Soviet launch right around the same inclination, right before some anomalies are happening with the satellite. We can deduce this, the Russians, the Soviet Union has messed with it, right? Lurie, welcome to the channel, thanks. Space Goose, how did I get here? Hi YouTube, if you see this. But yeah. All of this is leading up to the Discoverer satellites being entirely canceled. They're compromised. We've scrapped additional Discoverer satellite missions. Why not Blue Gemini? Oh, we'll get to cool Gemini stuff, Jesus. Or Jesus, whichever you prefer. Also, welcome. You are the one with the wonderful visual like whole mod situation with like the most up-to-date everything for RSS, if I remember correctly, unless you are someone else with a similar name. But Discoverer satellites canceled due to them possibly being compromised. Now, the added benefit of this being a crewed vehicle and short-term missions that will last 24 hours means that the Soviets aren't able to really launch anything towards us, like, at all. It's just too short of a time frame, and if we detect anything through means of radar, through means of intel, through satellites, or just visual observations, we can just deorbit and come back home, and they can't find us. Not to mention, this thing is it's like undetectable. It's an aircraft that gets placed into Earth orbit. It's uninterceptable. It's practically invincible for means of conventional warfare, right? When will the reentry stop? When our speed drops enough. Right now we're holding 12 degrees angle of attack, and a few times, I'm not sure if you noticed there, but we went up and down a little bit, sort of gliding off of this. I think it's an equilibrium glide, but I don't know. Because the idea is just keep going. I'm seeing its cross range capabilities at the moment. Now our vertical speed is dropping, and as we get to thicker atmosphere, our angle of attack will again rise us. But it's like a slow descent that's going like this. It's like a wobbly line, like down, pretty much. I do remember someone recommended nuking the KSC. Interesting. Yeah, people have recommended things like that. Put a defensive turret on every camsat from now on. That's a good idea. We don't have defensive turrets though. And I'd beep on bouncing out of the atmosphere to try to get out of the atmosphere. What about all that drag in the back? That's good for reentry, but gliding, wouldn't that be bad? This thing glides pretty well, Phobos. And before Beardy builds the mock spaceplane, he plans to. Although he's told me that that's not going to be for a while, theoretically. The near future, like an early Skylab launched with a wet workshop Saturn 1? Exactly, that's the idea I have in mind for our first station. But honestly, that could change. It all depends, Russian, thank you for the follow. It all depends on what our in-game economy looks like once we actually reach that, because the station's tech node, where you get like the orbital stations, like the very prototype work in progress ones that we could slap inside a Saturn 1 upper stage to use as a wet workshop, that will come after unlocking the Apollo lunar lander, just the lunar lander tech in general. So we'll be landing on the moon, because the forefront of this space race is just who gets to the moon first. So we really need to push that, even though other things would be like really cool to push to right away as well. All right, our vertical speed popped off and we're now falling again. So it looks like we're sort of hitting a plateau here, but 12 degrees seems pretty nice. I'm just making a mental note of that. But yeah, it'll depend what things look like once we actually land on the moon, what sort of station we'll be going for, because honestly, there's nothing stopping us from doing all of them, really. We could do Manned Orbiting Laboratory, we could do Skylab, we could do S1 Station, and we could modify those in as however we like. We could put them in orbit around the moon if we wanted to. Not the Saturn 1 station, though. Now, I know, Mole doesn't really work too well with all of its intricacies sent to the moon. I don't think that would be a lot. Can't you just slap 10 Gemini capsules together and call Technically, yes. That would be very, very power hungry, very heavy. It would just be a bad idea. Will I ever build a Saturn Nova? Delta V, the answer to that question is yes and no. I won't build that in for all Kerbalkind. However, in my other series, I have a vehicle called the Nebula, and that is, for all intents and purposes, a Nova. So yes, already built. We'll be launching one of those sometime soon, I think. Oh yeah, we could totally time warp, but it'll start wiggling, I think, usually. Oh, I forgot. I should probably disable RCS. We've been using it this whole time and it still hasn't used hardly any, so that's good. All right, we're gonna start wiggling now. Should be fine. Yeah, the 12 degrees seems pretty good for us. Let's see how far we got. Yeah, there's no way we're making it all the way to the coast, but we can make it pretty close. Our speed is decreasing very, very rapidly now. It's still so weird to see X20 in the game. I absolutely love it. Are you flying a possible suborbital space tourism opportunity with your space plane? That would be sort of a thing that you would see pop up with leftover technology. Like, it's no longer being used for military purposes. We have some just lying around, and the opportunity arises to get funds through space tourism. Now, if we have a handful of these sticking around after, I'm actually gonna switch to mouse aim flight here. Ooh, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. Like we're encountering just a bit of a wobble for right now. That's fine. We're gonna do 5 degrees now. We're just gonna be wobbling a bit. There's no avoiding this. If I had more accurate control of things, it'd be different. What was I talking about? Space tourism. That's right. If we had a few of these lying around after their active mission usefulness expires, pretty much, I could definitely see us having space tourism being a thing. Do we need a name for the Dinosaur? Well, the vehicle is still going to be called the Dinosaur. I'm keeping that name just because it was a conceptual vehicle that never flew, and we're actually flying it, so keeping the name seems respectful in a way. Though, you know how the space shuttle had like nicknames, you know, like actual like vehicle names. It was the space shuttle. It was STS, but it was Endeavor, Discoverer. Yeah, you know them all. Like we could do the same thing with Dinosaur, really. Well, the reason they were considering Dinosaur is because they had a bunch of Titan IIs lying around, as they were phasing them out in favor of SRB-based ICBMs. Ah, I see. Glad to see it's not spinning like it's a... Dan, yes, I fixed the issues. There were mods. Disclaimer, everyone who plays Kerbal Space Program with... Oh, vertical speed is increasing. Oh boy, we bounced again. Sweet. Anyone who plays Kerbal Space Program with Ferrum Aerospace, if you don't have the most recent version of FAR, 0.16.0.4, you should get it. All right, if you're encountering weird issues with things not having enough lift that they should, you should get 0.4, because I had 0.3, and when I was testing Dinosaur here, same vehicle, same everything, we had about 1/10 the amount of lift that we have now, because of there was some issue with certain parts and their mass being calculated wrong or something like that. Yeah, Endeavor, Discovery, Atlantis, Challenger, and Columbia. And Enterprise for atmospheric testing. Yes, those are the names that we could do similar things with Dinosaur. That's what I was saying earlier. But yeah, that's my disclaimer done. Get the most updated Ferrum because space planes are fun and I want more people to use them. We're down to sub 1,000 meters per second and we're still able to sort of bounce. Interesting. This is pretty much as far as we're gonna get though. We can get past the easternmost tip of South America, all the way from our launch site over here in Brownsville. So that's the maximum range for the suborbital hop. Now, what I think we're gonna be doing for the suborbital hop is actually underburning by a lot. First of all, I'm gonna do mouse aim flight now and hope it works. We'll be underburning by a lot, and I'm also gonna be aiming for wallops. Yeah, that's a definite possibility. I don't know what we'll be doing for Kerbal Space Program 2, but we're gonna be doing that a lot. I'm straight up taking a week off of work when that finally releases, and I'll probably just stream 16 hours a day for that whole week. Deplorable Dinosaur. Sounds like an awesome idea. You think the space plane is deplorable? Deployable even. It should be the name of dinosaurs, like the T-Rex. Meg is compounding the knowledge of Titan 2's lying around. Turns out using hypertoxic carcinogenic chemicals that light you on fire when they touch you is not a super practical long term for SVMs. Yeah. Fair. Is there also a version where the VAB isn't lagging 3 seconds when I place a part? Nope. My best advice to you there is to, I assume that's with like a really big vehicle, is to take a bunch of parts like off the vehicle. Like if you're working on the top, like take off like the whole bottom part of the rocket to work on that, and that'll minimize the part lag, as I call it, in the editor. That's what bothers me a little bit about Ferrum. I kind of wish you could turn off its calculations entirely in the editor, because the voxelization it does in the editor after adjusting a single part countless times is infuriating. Deplorable dinosaur. Deployable even. It's fine, Carnasa. Deploy a dinosaur out of a space shuttle, please. That's just space plane inception. All right, let's see. We got close. It's not bad for just soaring through the atmosphere. Aviash 101, imagine reading this comment and giving me a free shout out. Do a barrel roll. Oh God. All right, let's see. Do I have good control with just trim? Oh, no, the answer to that is no, not really. All right, barrel roll is questionable. No, I'm gonna call that an aileron roll. I tried. Dependable dinosaur. All right, gotta go. Enjoy the rest of the stream, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Carnasa. It worked. Shout out to the mod Mouse Aim Flight, because yeah. Oh, Streamlabs sends that to YouTube too. That 8-ball command only works for oh wait, and actually, does it work for the YouTube chat too? Someone try 8-ball in YouTube. It works on Twitch. We're gonna do the same thing where I try to stall at like 0 altitude. Yeah, this is flight 2. I went for long range, so it was a long reentry. That's pretty much what this stream is gonna be. Peter would definitely do a barrel roll on test flight. Yeah, he definitely would. So what you have to do is 8-ball, and then you have to type something afterwards, or else it won't work. I think. Yo, what was that? Stingray, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Welcome. And 9 Gaming. Will N9 survive this landing? Come on, Streamlabs, don't let me down. Yes, it works. a perfectly safe landing. Oh, I just realized we're supposed to technically detach the cover before landing. Honestly, questionable. We could possibly have that cover just decoupled after ascent even if we wanted. Can you make a starship? Like you can? Not with our current tech. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay. Enough landing this thing in the water though. We need to come up with a flight profile for landing at Wallops somehow. The pilot just died. Our Kerbal was there, wasn't they? Weren't they? Lynn, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to N9 Gaming. All right. Map view for a second here. Our target for landing is Wallops. We'll be launching east for a little while, but we'll be curving up because we don't want to be dropping stages on mainland United States. We want to drop them in the water. And honestly, we might not even need the second stage for this. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, we heard it that time. Having a second stage for just getting to Wallops is a bit overkill, I think. But it's time we land on the ground and not in the water, because the water is deadly. Even though we survived perfectly fine there, it's not always gonna keep us alive. We want to go slightly. Let's get roll program in here. We're gonna want to be going this direction. I have absolutely no idea, Gabrielle. This isn't like a predetermined, this is how things happen in the series. It's very much, things just happen as we go, right? So your guess is as good as mine as when it comes to that. I love shooting through the clouds. When will you make a Google Drive with all of the mods you're using right now and include versions of Mac, please? I don't know if I will. If I get around to it, it'll be an impulsive like afternoon thing. Okay, this is good. This is good here. Silkine Xopede, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel and welcome. Those are clouds of dinitrogen tetroxide. Oh God. If only the clouds were fluid. Right. That's what I mean by curving. You don't need to be curving this much though, luckily. Where's our trajectory taking us at the moment? All right, let's get. What's if we do negative pitch control? Nah, we'll just do no pitch control. There we go. No, when we have slight atmosphere, so we do have a bit of roll control with our ailerons here. But we're gonna be really wanting to push north here pretty soon. There's Florida up there. Our Wallops is like all the way up here. So we're really gonna see how we're able to curve around and see what our side-to-side corrections can actually be in Reentry. Oh, I'm excited for the new wing system too. Long time no see. How's it going? It's Iris. Hello. Do a barrel roll now. No, we don't have the kind of control for that. Our center of thrust is above our center of mass, so Gimbal's already having to fight. When do you think you'll eventually be able to land Kerbals on the moon? 2 years. That's a guess. It's a total guess. In-game years, not real life years. I've got to say that. Wonder if KSP mods would work with KSP2. I don't think they will. But I think it'll be easier for mod developers to make mods, though. Will you play Arrow flying through the universe at re-entering? Yeah, make the trail that... Will I play AERO? Flying through the universe at re-entering? I don't know if I understand. Alright, no worries, Dio. Seems the Twitch stream is more live than YouTube's. It's more live? Or is it like ahead of time? And YouTube's a little bit more delayed? Is that what you mean by more live? Okay, we're gonna wanna pull up here. We're maneuvering the Titan II's upper stage in the atmosphere at the moment. Oh, too much roll, too much roll. All right, time to activate RCS as well. And decouple. Give us 4 control. All right, cool. We're decoupled. That was a bit jankier than it would actually theoretically be in flight. But we're definitely gonna fly like over wallops. I think we corrected too much. We curved too much because what I'd like to do is have like a left banking turn over to wallops. And at the moment, we turned and we're actually slightly left of wallops already. Okay. I'm not sure the plan here. We'll go like 15 degrees. Actually, no, we're gonna hold like 5 degrees and we're gonna pull up drastically, I think. And this time, we're actually gonna get rid of the cover. Boom. I say we keep that on for ascent. Maybe. Otherwise, I think it'd be nice if the crew was to be actually able to see. Just a little. Ah, but I can't, it's too engaging. Remember the slight terror that was felt when the crewed lunar orbit contract was accepted? Now you're probably able to land on the moon before the contract's deadline. Yeah, there's always a slight terror with that, but we've definitely built up the space program a lot more than it used to be. The IVA, I don't have raster prop monitor, so this is what the IVA looks like. It's not very complete. It's pretty bare in here. The crew can see. As a treat. Yes. All right, vertical speed is insane. At this point in time, we're gonna pull up to 25 degrees angle of attack. Watching a critical skin temperature of our hottest part, the cockpit right now. That should be less than 2000. I'd like to keep it like less than 1800 actually. We'll see. What was that notification? Thank you for the follow, Lord Crazy of Life. I could, but adding things to install, not always the best idea. Yeah, it's very leggy inside too. Can we stay under 1800? 1800 isn't going to be a critical temperature for it. It seems like we can. Let's get rid of our RCS. We don't need it at the moment. Yeah, our radiation flux, convection flux, we're doing great. Actually, I'm gonna keep holding a high angle of attack because that'll slow us down the most. 35 degrees. Wallops is on our right. Now, this isn't a good flight profile for how we're gonna do this, because what I'd like to do is get up above 140 kilometers actually. That will give me, all I need is like 10 seconds above that, right? That'll give me enough time to go to the tracking center, switch the KSC to Wallops, and then go back to the plane. So we can launch from the KSC spawned in Brownsville. Once we reach space, we move the KSC somewhere else in Wallops. And then we're able to actually touch down on a freaking runway. That's the idea, at least. Yeah, we're going right past Wallops here. Kind of incredible. We're able to keep this without using any RCS, but I'm going to add RCS to the mix because it's a lot more stable. And we have plenty to spare. All right, is that where Wallops is? Yeah, we passed by Wallops. Wallops is down there. Time to try this. Probably best if we do -60 though. Full rotation. It's clear overshooting and it's just gonna be deadly. How does the simulation differ from actual real in-flight? Is the sim slightly inaccurate in terms of thermal regulation or atmospheric, or is it just one-to-one representation? Okay, Lacog, the simulation, we actually aren't using Crash to do it. It's part of Kerbal construction time now. But what it does is it allows you to fly and test the vehicle. Everything is the same as what it would be in real life. But the thing is, when we're playing like a series like this where we don't revert actual launches, and with Kerbal construction time, it takes a lot of time to actually build things, roll it out to the launch pad, and then lift it off and fly it. And if you're just wanting to test something, you wouldn't want to have to do that. You'd be wasting money, you'd be wasting time. So the simulation lets you play like normal KSP, like as practice for the real flights with Kerbal construction time. That's what that does. Oh yeah, we overshot by a few states, all right. We're on our way to Canada, looks like. Cross range of this is higher than I anticipated. This is why we're doing these simulations, though. I want to be able to launch. I want to be able to land at Wallops, and I think honestly we don't even need the second stage for it. Let's do like 15. Execute. 0. Execute. Yo! Caden dropping by. Yeah, Phobos, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. That's why we would go up to space, go to the tracking center, and switch Wallops over, and then go back to the flight, right? Caden just gifted 5 tier 1 subs to Darth Willa, Loaf of Bradley, Ponzister, Jaceratops, And profits. Thank you so much, Kaden. How's it going? All right, let's just go to 0. Dive back down. I'm kind of curious though. Are we able to slow down if we do like this? Oh, I didn't mean to hit that screen. You just had my face show up. All right, we're gonna be shaking a lot here because PID loops aren't really always accurate. And I must be blind. I've been here for 5 minutes and he just now sees me. Yeah, so Caden, let me run you through what my setup right now. Left screen, we've got Twitch chat all the way on the left, and we got YouTube chat all the way on the right. YouTube chat's much more accessibly readable. So I'm so sorry if I've been ignoring people. I am in fact blind. Can confirm. Can we get like 15 degrees? Come on, you can do it. All right, so is this Maine or is this Canada? Geography test, everyone. I think Maine ends right around here, right? No, this Maine's up. The clouds are throwing me off here. Oh, all right, we're switching over to mouse aim flight here. Give me control, yes. Now we can demonstrate actually landing on the ground. Imagine that. We might be in Canada, we might be in Maine. The only way to find out for sure is to land and go to a gift shop. It's like northeastern Maine. Okay, so the tip, we're still in the United States, it's fine. Maine's basically Canada anyway, so. Because Canada is the third country to be added to accidental landing zones. Friendship ended with Twitch chat. No, no, it's not. Just land at the local airport. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, we won't like tear up the thing with these landing skids. By the way, we have landing skids, like actual landing skids. It must be down here. Okay, perfect. We're gonna land at about a 150, 160 degree heading. Gift shop. Astronaut's going to have a hard time finding a tow truck driver up there who speaks English. Canadians speak English. I guess it depends what province would be the majority of who speaks what there, I suppose. Yes, Russo, it is mouse aim flight. Want to touch down at about 120-ish? I'm hooking right because I know there's water up to the left and I don't remember how close it is to us. Terrain, terrain, pull up. Warning. Yeah, we'll be good here. And a nice gentle bloop. there you have it. That's how nice it is. That's how nice it is to land this thing. Don't sink. Oh, we need to take off mouse nameplate. There we go. Also, fun little fact, there's an EVA hatch that actually works in here. Woo! Oh, something I discovered. I can make the dinosaur pop and ollie. Check this out. So you extend the landing gear while it's on the belly. Doesn't do anything. And then you hold W to pop and ollie. I kind of want to see if I can make it do like a kickflip or something. I kind of wonder. Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Remove from symmetry. I need all of these windows open here. Toggle, toggle, toggle. And then we'll toggle the front one and only one of the side ones, right? Can it pop a kickflip? No, not enough power. All right, well, I was curious. That's a solid test there. I kind of want to see how far we can get if we don't have a second stage attached. So let's revert to the editor. Let's go back to the editor after that third flight test there. Posture check. Oh, but I like slouching. All right. You forgot parachutes for emergency? This is legitimately just sort of slapped together for flight testing. We don't have abort motors on there. There's no parachute yet. That's not to say that there won't be when we actually fly things for real. It's not to say that there won't be. Something I do realize that I do not need. Oh, put that back. Put that back. Text. There you go. There we go. I don't need this decoupler. For suborbital flights, that is. As official, thank you for the follow, man. Safety is the last priority. This is the one with the decoupler. Okay. So let's say we do this. We'll have to keep the parts. Oh, shoot. Well, all right. Length is going to be off. That's fine. We'll just do this. Can this decouple? Force percent, like all? No, we don't need that much. 13. I don't know what one it would be. Enable top staging. What one is thinking it'd be? This one. Oh, that'll keep the really power hungry avionics on there. It's not ideal, but for intents and purposes, it'll be fine. Okay, so now this is just a single stage, no second stage attached. I want to know if this is a better vehicle for landing at Wallops. We'll see. I'll be back in just a moment. It looks so stubby, guys. It looks so stubby. Hey! Are you guys posting... Are you guys posting conventional rockets in my chat? You guys cut it out. You know, there's no conventional rockets in my chat. Lord Crazy of Life, banana. Second your notion on that. Been sitting here the whole time. All right. This stubby thing. Single stage to wallops. Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna have a lot more thrust to weight ratio to deal with. Be free of your earthly chains. Actually put me on the launch pad. Sweet. All right, so how are we gonna operate here? We should probably try to aim now closer to 45 degrees than we are right now. Probably aim about this direction here. This thing's aerodynamic as a heck. It'd be cheaper to build this. A little bit cheaper if we do just a single stage. And it might serve our purposes for a suborbital test perfectly fine. I know it's not really what you conventionally see. Oh dear. Oh dear. But if it fits the bill for what we're trying to do, then what more could you want? Why do I hear boss music? Soviet anthem starts playing. What's our trajectory looking like? Oh, that's looking good. Maybe even further to the side here. Now we're aiming for an apogee of about 150 kilometers or so. And we're easily getting that. Okay, I think we want to aim for halfway between 90 and 45. Because we don't want to be dumping this stage. We don't want to be dumping this stage, like, over land. And I think I am accidentally doing that. We're reaching the G limit. Oh God, all right. We have to underburn the engine if we do this, for sure. I think we overshoot. I think we overshoot wallops with this approach. Make a mini starship. Eventually. Arya, wouldn't some? I kind of like the way it looks detaching from this thing, although that thrust to weight ratio was a bit much. This is not our intended ascent profile, I don't think. We'll be cutting the engines before that. I like your G's cut. Sleep cover? Someone decided for me. I have colleague in the morning. Do I sleep or keep watching? Alright, let's get rid of this heavy electronics unit. We don't need that. All right, we're gonna be rolling 15 degrees, holding pitch 30 degrees. Executes. And time warp. Oh, sorry, we're gonna want negative 15 degrees for this. It's not gonna be affecting anything here. But at this point in time, what I would do is I would actually switch the Kerbal Space Center over to Wallops. So we'd actually have a runway to target. Adaptable Ruin has just redeemed to become a VIP. That means I gotta go do things. Let's see. Roles Manager. I got you, Adaptable Ruben. Add new. I want to make sure I'm spelling that right. Adaptable Ruben. You are now a VIP in the Twitch chat. Congrats. But we have Dream Chaser at home. With just a bit less payload mass, could this be an SSTO? Not likely, at least not with the Titan engine. The Dinosaur weighs a lot. Oh, you're talking about like, excuse me, the first stage being an SSTO. I don't know. All right, Wallops is up there, so we'll see how we can deflect here. Taking a look at our critical heat, it should start increasing here. As we fall into the atmosphere. We should be able to promptly... Oh goodness. All right, I can't use time warp because it's absolutely crazy. We're pulling too many G's holding 30 degrees. We gotta go 20, okay. Oh yeah, we're bouncing all the way back up now. Very much bounced. Connor, thanks for subbing to the channel. Let's go like 35. Because we really need to push left if we want to get to not the water. Thank you for the follow, Slavomir. Deploy the window covers. All right. Boop. Comes off with a start, man. Now they can see. Get some lights on too. And we get to Wallops, or are we going to be ditching in the ocean? We're gonna hit the atmosphere again here. I think we might be ditching in the ocean here. Adam. Oh god. Milky Mac. Thank you for the raid. I forgot I set that tone for raids. Dear god. Yeah, we weren't even able to turn ourselves enough yet. Looks like. Alright, it's gonna freak out if I try to do this. It seems like if I turn this on, oh, it'll be like sort of manual control while this is happening? Interesting. Let me turn that off. Oh, goodness. Bit of a wobbliness going on here. Big jump. Thank you for the follow, TG Cherry. Malky. Good evening, Westo. Hello. How's it going? What were you up to? This is as good as we're gonna get. 20, 10, executes. I don't think we're getting to wallops. Also negative 20, not 20. Whoops. What's the glide ratio for the Dinosaur? It's like 0.8 to 1.2 or something. I don't know. It's roughly 1-to-1 for lift and drag. We got ourselves facing north. That's good. I'm gonna time warp even though we're flapping. We're flapping like crazy. Can I tell you to like chill just a little bit? Technically, I can tell you to chill just a little bit. All right, at this point, we can switch over to mouse aim flight, for sure. And I don't think we're getting to the land. We got close to wallops, but that's not gonna cut it for actual flights. Why aren't you letting AA fly it? AA, if that's the atmospheric autopilot mod, it's because I don't have it. It's not allowed in Beardy and I's rules. When did you get subbed, Ozern? It could be any number of people actually. There've been a few times where people went crazy with the gifted subs. Calvin, good evening. How's it going? The aerodynamics of this thing are top notch, if you ask me. Not yet. I want to try to stall the thing. We're just about there. Oh yeah. Did ourselves a flip there. Amazing. This touches the water. This touches down on the water a lot better than the Kel X4 Black Knight did. Gotta say. Yo, Caden again. 3 more gifted subs from Caden. Going to SGTMT, Bananagram, and Whistling Gypsy. What is KSP? That's a question. That was a beautiful thing. It's not intended. We didn't intend to splash down, but we did anyway. I want to get like. Oh, missed it. Yeah, that looks good. That's good. All right. I just want a screenshot of this just in the water. Cool. That would have been quite enjoyable for the pilots. All right, we're gonna give this flight one more test run. But now we know that we have to aim for, well, decoupling before full burnout because of the massive G-forces. If it was a legit question of what is KSP from Minecraft Noob 69, it's the game Kerbal Space Program. Also, people, welcome to the channel. Fanny, thank you so much. Oh, I was just drinking for the hell of it, but look, a hydrate. Yep, I drank it. I did it. Let's try this again. Because we need to come up with if this is a good idea or not. Honestly, the second stage might just be good, just to have. All right, we're gonna go right about here. Those fins are something. They're from actual design mock-ups of suborbital flights with the Dinosaur. It has the second stage, which we flew with before, but I'm just testing things with only the first stage, just for the hell of it. Wouldn't it be more safe to mount drag parachutes like on space shuttles to slow down craft not to impact into water with 30 Gs? Well, possibly. I don't think the drag chutes on the shuttle were intended for splashdown. And Dinosaur is not intended for splashdown either. We will not be landing in the water for any actual flights of Dinosaur. I kind of want to know what the likelihood of us landing at Cape Canaveral is. Like if we hold like 45 degrees and cut when our altitude or apoapsis reaches 150. By the way, fun fact, in the lore of For All Kerbalkind that I've been making up, Cape Canaveral is not someplace where rockets are launched really. It was definitely thought about. But the place experienced far too much flooding and tropical storms to be actually considered a launch facility. So there is a runway there and some facilities for tracking and communications, but there aren't rocket launches from Cape Canaveral in this lore. I'm working on a sort of website thing using World Anvil for it, but that's a very slow process. Fly it in the 51.6 degree orbit that would allow you to take a look at Baikonur, as well as fly up the eastern seaboard for more landing sites. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my noggin. Our speed isn't very fast. I don't know if this is going to be enough to get us to Cape Canaveral, but this is going to be a one hell of a test of its ability to glide, right? I think we're going to want to reach a higher speed before we actually try that. I'm going to say 12 degrees. Let's do this. Let's see how far we get. Let's see if we can get to Florida. And alligators, right? The alligators are definitely a like they would come bite the rockets, just not a good plan. We need to do ourselves a really good scoop here. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, Jerry. Yo, all right, enough of time warp. Yo, well. Let's give it full control, I guess. All right. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be anywhere close to Florida. No, I can see us getting somewhere nearby. As someone from Florida, I can confirm gators bite rockets every day. Well, see, the lore is placed in realism. I pride myself in that. So, the fact that gators are in fact biting rockets every day, this is good news for the sake of the story that we're writing together. We might not have gotten there, but I mean, we are still going pretty far. We got about like halfway. Let's reset this. Reset this and try again. You say Nogan, I only won? Unless Vietnam breaks out early and you photographs of that. There's that, there's Cuba to spy on now. You're gonna have to fly at high inclinations for anything useful. Yeah. There's also other places in the world like the Middle East that we'd want to probably photograph. I don't exactly know all the politics about the 1960s, but all right, we're gonna be doing the same inclination here, but we're gonna be trying, I don't know, let's do sort of the gradual turnover still. Maybe aim for about 200 kilometers apogee, holding 45 degrees. Can KCT simulate air launch and how? Yes, absolutely. I can demonstrate that right now, actually. So on the right side, if you hit the Kerbal Construction Time button, it pops up these three, if you have the right update for it. If this doesn't show up, this air launch menu right here, then update KCT or the RP1 configs for it, right? Well, actually, no, it should just be built into RP1. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's built into more recent versions of RP1. You can just hit that button, it'll pop you in right there. So, I almost lost it there. Almost lost it. Thank you, giant fins. I'm deciding to side slip at max Q. It's not, I wouldn't recommend it. This is becoming intolerable. I need proper engine plumes for my hypergulls if chitin is to become my rocket series. For Aerzine N2O. One Lucky 7 2.0. All right, 170 would cut the engine. Oh, this is gonna result in the same thing, isn't it? Let's see. I should have been looking at the map view. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it either. That's not gonna cut it either. All right, you know what? This is just for you, JM Studios. We'll change the plume right now. Frank, we don't have an abort yet. That will come in the form of SRBs attached to the aft bay or equipment section of Dinosaur itself. The rocket needs a nice parabolic launch profile to accentuate and kickstart that right. But I think I'm going too high with it. All right, you want me to change the plumes for this? Right now, it's set to Kerlox because, yeah, okay. But here we go, Hypergolic Aerzine 50. There you go, JM Studios. I'll try to remember to actually do it when we fly it for real. Because I'm not hitting save on this one because I want the actual whole chitin underneath it. But yeah. Wait a minute, this isn't Twitch. But Pi, it is. It is also Twitch. Yeah, the abort system could definitely double as a retro motor. It could triple as propulsion in the atmosphere as well. Just in case the glider needs a little bit more oomph. Is there going to be an actual written lore for Kerbalkind, or will it only be like headcanon, so to speak? Well, if I'm working on it, it'll be like an interactive map with articles and stuff like that anyone can go to read up on things. Oh wow! You know what, JM Studios? You know what? I understand. I understand now. Look at those mock diamonds, guys. All right, all right. Fair. Fair. Duly noted. Carry on. Just because I'd love to sit for hours reading this alternate history. I loved reading Ice Turned Skyward, and Kerbalkind is an interesting story in and of itself. Yeah, that's what I sort of plan on doing, although actual work on it has been a bit slow. That's Richard Tang lore. It's Aerosine and nitrogen, NTO. But it's not technically just nitrogen, but yeah. All right, we're going through max Q. So I'm gonna try to not slide slip as much as before. All right, there we go. We're through it. B-forces are rising. I'm gonna slowly pitch over. There's Cape Canaveral. We're headed right for it. Perfect. Our G's reaching 7 G's. 8 G's. At 9 G's, we're gonna cut it. All right, we cut it at 9 G's. We're just using that as a variable for right now. All right, now we are away. Hopefully on our way to Cape Canaveral, where there is a runway waiting for us. Hopefully not flooded and filled with gators, though. Twitch is probably just a little bit ahead of YouTube. Yeah, I'm not sure why. It's being fed through this same like fork through Restream. Do you plan on getting multiplayer working for this, or is that too much? Live combat would be nice. Multiplayer would be a little bit too much for Realism Overhaul. That sounds like just crack and bait. However, very soon, I don't know if the coming week or so, we should have a Luna multiplayer server up in my Discord, which there should be a link to somewhere. And having like combat is definitely a possibility. I might start doing events for Luna multiplayer. We might keep it stock for the time being, or maybe have one stock server, one not stock server, so we can add mods. But mods and the multiplayer thing, it's just a very complicated thing. So keeping it stock is probably best. But we could host events on there, like military things, collaborative station things, maybe like doing a specific interesting mission where people play as like recovery vehicles, or it's a shuttle re-entering and you have chaser jets that fly alongside it or something like that. That's the cool kind of stuff I want to do in KSP multiplayer, right? And we have an outlet to do it. Like we have Ben's BDA for Luna multiplayer is not working the best of to the extent of my knowledge. There is a mod for BDA for Luna multiplayer, but it's just not in an operable state in the most recent updates of what's going on there. restock is almost a must. What computer do you play this on? Because when I play RSS on my computer, it's a bit glitchy sometimes. Oh, it's glitchy for me as well. Are we going to 15 degrees, maybe 20 degrees? Because we still need some distance. So my computer the graphics card is a GTX 1080 that I've had for years. I've recently gotten a new motherboard and a new processor. We're running an i9 9900K and about 32 gigs of RAM and SSD, hard drives, all the good stuff. Restock is mostly client-side bent. I want to keep our Gs under 10 just for the crew's sake. It's mostly client-side. It changes the hitboxes of some things. Oh, we'll be able to fly over to Cape Canaveral with this just fine. Let's turn off RCS. Stop the wiggle. I'm wiggling so much, man. There you go. I just recently started using Restock, and man, the difference is insane in scale. I thought that it had new parts. Played KSP for 3 years now, hoping to get a new computer this year. Oh, cool. Where are you getting the music from? The tunes are nice for the stream. Thanks. Absolutely big brain move, right? I opened, it's a Spotify, and I just looked up YouTube Safe and found this playlist and hit shuffle. That's what this one is. This one on Spotify is called Lo-Fi and Chill, Twitch/YouTube Safe, DMCA free, no copyright, non-commercial use. And I guarantee YouTube's gonna say copyright strike on it somewhere, somehow, as it always does. Oh, hold roll, please. Thank you. We're gonna wanna roll 3 degrees to the side here. Do 12 degrees pitch because that seemed to work out okay. We'll see if we get there. I mean, it seems like it's really possible that we're gonna get there. It seems like it's possible. Coming back to RP1 and finding the new probe system was a massive curveball. Yeah, what about it, SilentCom? I'd love for some other YouTuber to come in for Kerbalkind and play as ESA. K Mitrofan, talking on Twitch right now. We are doing exactly that. Carnasa is joining as ESA after the moon landings. We still haven't worked out the technicalities of that, but it's happening. What happened to N1 through N8? The world must know. Richard, this is a discussion that happened on the Drunk KSP stream last Christmas. Someone fronted with that question, what happened to N1 through 8? And then people on the Discord just started claiming N1 gaming, N2 gaming, N7 gaming, what have you. And now that's just been a thing on the Discord ever since. What are the plans for all Kerbalkind come KSP2? Do you plan continuing in KSP1? Are you planning on doing a sister series? Well, initially Beardy and I's plan is to have this series going and then have a wrap up, like tying in with the KSP2 release. So it'll be going up until KSP2 is around. That's always, thank you for the follow, Diamond Ace. It's always like up in the air for what have you, just like changes in the plan. I guess not really sure. Definitely going on for another year or so before we get KSP2. I can promise though, my other RP1 save, I'll be probably playing that at the same time as KSP2. At least I think. It depends how much time I really have to play it. If I can somehow get a ton of time to play it, we're flapping like crazy. That's the landmass of Florida. Seems like we may have just missed it. Instead of 9 Gs, we should go for 10 Gs. Have the RSS modders said anything about KSP2? I don't think I've heard from them directly, per se. All right, you've got to stop the flapping, man.
Yay!
Ooh, adjusting the control deflection is what can stop the wiggle. Cool. For the most part. The flapping is good. It generates lift like a bird. You know, I wonder if it does. All right, are we getting to the side? Ah, we didn't reach Florida. We're so close, but we didn't reach it. This is more difficult than I thought it would be. Thank you for the follow, Egg. And thank you for the follow, oh, that was just a yeet. That was just a yeet I heard. Do I think I'll ever use the milk stool? I probably will. I think that I'll have an excuse to do that when we have the unlimited pad unlocked, which is coming up soon. We can see the coast in the distance, but this is still a water landing. Dang it. Dangerous mouse movements. All right, there we go. Oh, jeez. Didn't mean to touch down the water that fast. But it's good to know that 3 out of 3 times we've done this today, this thing has survived splashing down. So we don't have to be terribly worried. I love that we have the scatter version that actually has the waves like being implemented. Oh, that's cool. Pretty neat. Thank you for the follow, Neptune. Neptune. Goodbye to that pilot's spinal cord. Yeah, no kidding. Any landing you can swim away from. The destroyer said it, it's law. For some reason, the whole craft is shrouded in darkness right now. I couldn't tell you why. Can't pop an ollie on the water here. Well, all right. So landing Cape Canaveral with just the first stage, it's probably possible. I mean, we could probably land for like a beach in Chile or something, but like there's so many mountains there though. Launching up the coast using both stages is gonna get us up there. Let's go back to the drawing board a little bit. I still want to try for wallops because that's most likely what our target's gonna be. Revert to editor. Should I already accept the Mars flyby orbit landing contracts? The deadline is like 15 to 30 years. They're like 15 to 30 years. You should definitely accept that. If you know, or if you're a fan of extra cash in your pocket. Emo Dinosaur. Atmosphere burn marks somehow. All right. This one. Oh, did I save over it on accident? No, I didn't. Perfect. Let's get the right plume down here before JM yells at me. Same with this one. Here we go. Now the second stage we're gonna underburn on this one for sure. Yo, thank you for the follow, the real Tuzzy, the real Tuzzy. Thank you so much. How's it going? Voyagers on for all Kerbalkind? Voyagers, like the Voyager 1 and 2 probe. I think we'll be launching those. It would suck not to launch those, but we'll definitely be able to. I'm pretty sure. All right, we are saving this. Let's try for wallops one more time here. Let's give it a real good shot. So what we're gonna do is try to aim our actual trajectory just shy of wallops. We have to underburn the second stage, that much is for sure. Put a shoot on it. We'll get to those specifics later. I want to know the flight profiles at the moment. That's what this stream is about. As far as testing Restream has gone, it's working on YouTube and Twitch pretty great right now. So don't gotta worry about that too much. USS Voyager went. Is that a Star Trek? Yeah, let's build that. I believe the streamer /Jack was building a freaking Star Trek ship out of mostly stock parts. It was insane. Where's the Kraken gone? Kraken's nowhere to be seen at the moment. Let's launch. Miss Muzzy, all right, and 9, have a good rest of your stream. I gotta go take care of myself now. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by, appreciate it. Same with you, Rocket Cello. It's a lifetime opportunity, unless you time warp. Unless I time warp. We'll plan something for that launch window for sure. Crazy roll. All right, we're gonna be wanting to aim about here, so. Clays, we haven't developed an abort system for this. It will fly with an abort system. Have no fear. This is just slapped together everything for the sake of testing flight profiles for the suborbital test. I was wondering how to download RO. There should theoretically be a link in the description to both Carnasa's tutorial video, which could be outdated, could not be, but also a link to the RO GitHub, the wiki, if you would. And they have a very nice step-by-step instruction on how to get this working and installed for you. Would highly recommend. You killed the Kraken, how could you? He was my friend. Yeah. We should make the Star Trek ships in for all Kerbalkind. Make that canon. Is it extremely outdated? Ah, I see, I see. Trying Principia for the first time, I regret everything. Oh man. Principia, my beloved. There's this really cool RSS Community Edition. Maybe you can also contribute? Wait, Steven, what are you talking about? I can't seem to find the playlist. I found some others on there, but mind telling me which one it is again? This is so chill. Oh, you're looking for the music, right. So it is called, trying to fly a rocket, Lo-Fi and Chill. Actually, just do what I did. I hit search and I looked up YouTube Safe, and it was like the 6th or 7th playlist, I think. Oh, that's stage burnout. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. All right, we're gonna wanna go slightly north still. We're gonna hold at the horizon. place it at the horizon. Thank you. And we just launched that stage. Oh, I think it's technically dropping into the Gulf. Is it? Can't tell because of the cloud cover. We take a look at this. The IVA for this is, well, not positioned correctly. I'd like to change that. The CCAN, there's some mods on there that claim are outdated, but from what other people tell me, still work. How do you make it download it and install it anyways? Right. The real Tuzzy, what you do is you can click on it, like whatever mod that you are looking at. And on the right, there should be actually, like on the right-hand side, something like a download button or something. And you can download it anyway. Alternatively, on the top left, you can set your KSP version in CCAN to be not what it actually is, so that CCAN thinks that it's that version. Somewhere in CCAN settings, you should be able to set different KSP versions that way. And that's sort of a more automatic way of doing it. All right, so for this, I'm very professionally, I don't know, aiming for my trajectory to be right around here. Right around there. I'm gonna try really hard to pitch north, but this will drop the second stage in the water, which is something that I find important, just in case it survives the entry. That's all. All right, we're free. And get that off there. Man be chilling inside a nose cone. Pretty much. Yes, Grey Wolf. Clouds exist, yes. What was the music in your for all Kerbalkind trailer? That was one that I made myself. The name of that is like 10K special. It doesn't have an actual name. If you find that video, it's like 5 videos back on my channel. There's a link to a download, Mediafire link in the description of that video, if you'd like it for yourself. So I made it for the members of the YouTube channel, for this community that's growing, as a thank you. I wish I could do so much more. My geographic mind believes you're going to land off the coast of South Carolina. Well, the thing is, this is what our trajectory is ballistically. We're gonna be gliding it. We're gonna be gliding off of the atmosphere, hopefully going up, going left. So theoretically, we'll be able to alter ourselves. And it would be like a line that goes like right to Wallops. Theoretically, I'm not very confident that we are gonna splash down on this one too. We're gonna roll it like 30 and 30. Execute. Oh, looks like we gotta do -30. That's right, -30. Execute. It's nice to see that Greg is still sticking around. Yeah, of course, Silent Com. Where would we be without our spinning astronaut? Capkirk, the tutorial lets you know how to set CCAN download other versions. Capkirk, hello! Testing out the Dinosaur some more. Thank you again for helping me realize that things were not working as they should be here. Another disclaimer, update Ferrum 1604. Looks like a charm. Anyways, about banking to the left, it seems like we might be able to do it. Let's double check heat, surface. We need to bank very much more to the left here. A little bit too high G's there than I would have liked. Okay, it seems like we are able to bank, at least a little bit. We need to bank a lot more if we want to get to Wallops though. But we need to make sure that we at least conserve a little bit of energy too. We need to extend our trajectory here. Tried RO a couple times, but I've not gotten past Sunny Rockets. I think I'm gonna stick to using mods like JNSQ and Beyond Home to increase difficulty since it's a bit closer to what I know. Yeah, Beyond Home is a phenomenal mod pack, a phenomenal planet pack to explore. We're on the edge of being stable here, but I need to bank more. Go 35 degrees. A little bit more pitch. One question, last video the Gemini craft was hit with three solar storms. 3 of them. Soul was very mad at us. Kaden with 2 more gifted subs. Thank you so much, my guy. Space Shuttle Beta Edition. Can we reach Wallops with this? It's possible. We're maintaining a lot of speed still. I'm gonna go 12 degrees. I like that number. We've been sort of going a little bit up and down. I'm trying not to dip too far down or go too far up because we're trying to conserve energy, while at the same time getting ourselves a lot of drag by trying to bank. What is the role of Dinosaur? Multi-purpose. Satellite inspection, possible anti-satellite weaponry, satellite retrieval, question mark, crew ferry to orbits, resupply for outposts when that's a thing, actual hands-on with crew, like big old Carnasa style, like espionage or weather photography or terrain photography type dealios in both. No, it would have to be Orbital for that sort of situation. Apart from being a scientific vessel, experimenting with these types of trajectories. That's the role of Dinosaur. We might not make it to Wallops, but we might. Getting to the runway is one thing. Being aligned with it is a completely different subject. How dare I let the actual technical name slip? Discover, set, weather. Yeah, satellite inspection. Like, Soviets launch something and we want to know what it is? Well, we'll just pop a glider up there and take a look at it. Did someone already beat the game blindfolded? Is that impossible? I think that's impossible. Thank you for the follow, RBMK. Some declassified purposes for Dinosaur would be orbital bombing. Okay. The actual, when we actually get above 140K, we'll switch KSC with a KSC switcher over to be here. So the runway is gonna be right there pretty much. Oh, this is cool. We need to bank. Actually, we can turn that off. We can turn RCS off. So this worked. That was a good place to target. It dropped our second stage of Chitin 2 into the water. And it also, oh my, there's a lot of flapping going on here. But we're gonna add even more to that because I need to bank. Oh. I'm adding too much roll to the equation, but I'm trying to slow down, so this is not how you'd want to fly a dinosaur. What's my thoughts on the recent Soviet detonation of the Tsar Bomba? The American people would consider that to be a demonstration of a terror bomb. And as such, we've demonstrated detonating nuclear devices in the upper atmosphere and in space as a deterrent to incoming possible Soviet nuclear warheads. It's caused tensions to rise, for sure. And we're gonna give control to me, please. All right, so the runway would be south of here, south of here. Okay, so where would it be? It would be like center of the screen right now, somewhere around there, like just south of those islands right there. I think that's where the KSC would actually spawn. And this flight profile, if we do this like this, will get us a, it'll give us the ability to land at the runway, which is where I would want to land. Do we plan at all to do the space shuttle? I would absolutely love to. As much as I don't really care for its design, it's too dangerous. It's another one of those things where it's just too iconic not to. I thought you threw yourself into a flat spin for a second. Nah, I just went to the map view and it decided to do a little aileron roll for us. Point and safe land be illegal. Point and safe land be illegal in For All Kerbalkind? Point and safe land. I don't know what that means. Wasn't this craft designed originally to land on skids? Oh yeah, and we have skids actually. We'll just scrape up the runway, it's fine. Dinosaur was intended for reconnaissance and as an orbital nuclear bomber. Orbital operations was just a secondary objective. Right. But because alternate history, I'm free to decide what its objectives are. Shuttle with liquid boosters? No. What do you think of the videos from Mars, Venus, Mercury from the Soviets? I think that their technological, oops, I moved my mouse a little, advances are admirable. No further questions, thank you. Crewed Venus space shuttle? Dude, my other save, 100% sending a plane of some sorts into Venus. Maybe an uncrewed one. Could Dinosaur land on an aircraft carrier? Probably. If they developed it so that the landing gear survived. First of all. Then all you need is that hook, right? But you would only have one chance or you're in the water. Elbow, hello, how's it going? Were they stock skids? These are not stock skids. It is an interesting question. That's another thing I would love to have actually operated and manned is an aircraft carrier in KSP multiplayer. How did I get my passion for space initially? Legitimately, this game, Kerbal Space Program. Memorable moments of after discovering it and just accidentally spending hours of my life playing it was just learning the things. One of the most memorable moments that I played early on was in the tutorials when it teaches you how to rendezvous with an asteroid. And I was just floating there in space next to the asteroid and my brain was just blown. This was back in like 0.22 or something. And ever since then, it's just a game I never stopped playing. I forget when I was introduced to Realism Overhaul, but it was definitely through Scott Manley. I don't know, ever since then, like, the game has just opened up this whole world of space exploration to me. It's something I kind of fell in love with. Hello from Kansas, hello. Steven, I've heard of this mod, that sounds amazing. Can you send a plane to space? This aircraft right here is designed to do just that. Elpo. This is meant to go into orbit, actually. We're just doing some flight profile testing, and right here, that was a good test. We'll forever have footage of whatever I did this launch being a good test of landing at Wallops. Flare, 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 and nice touchdown. How do you feel about the incident with the weather satellites? Hello from the land of Carolina. You just flew by. Well, we're landed in Virginia. Yeah, the incident with the weather satellites. Lore-wise, we can't prove the Soviets did it because freaking we lost Discoverer 4's capsule to the rainforests and jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. But it's fishy, and that's why Discover, the entire program is canceled due to most likely being found out. So that's where this comes in. Let me go into the editor and tell you exactly how this is going to be a replacement for it, because I've mentioned it earlier in this stream, how Dinosaur is going to actually replace the Dinosaur satellites as one of its primary goals. The way that works is this is something that Beard and I both came up with, having that experiment being able to run with a crew in like thousands times faster. So instead of 5 months for 0.2 samples, it'll take 24 hours for 0.2 samples, allowing Dinosaur to go up into orbit and take lots of pictures with that same experiment and bring home all the science safely. And I've done reentry tests from orbital speeds with it inside, and it works perfectly fine. I haven't set up the time for it quite yet. It's the improved film camera, so it would just sit there just like this, and we'd run the experiment. I might add some cool gizmos here to make it look nicer, like maybe like an extendable like socket with like a telescope looking thing and like an antenna or something, because I mean that would just look super cool in the bay of this, right? But that's the idea. So instead of Discover satellites, which are compromised most likely, we'll be flying them on Dinosaurs, which are practically just way more discreet. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. What I'd actually like to do is go to this editor. We're gonna do one orbital test as well. And for those of you who haven't seen before, because I only showed this in the beginning of the stream, this is our vehicle with a new stage that hasn't been tooled or, well, verified, I guess. We haven't accepted this. We might run with the trans stage, we might not. I've heard you guys talking about school. What are you studying? And I am actually not in school. Beardy is in university, and I do not know what he is studying specifically, and although I know he's had courses on aerodynamics and stuff like that. I am not in school at the moment. I cannot afford the cost of college in the United States of America. That is a lot. It's something I think I'm saving up for, because I would love to go to school for aeronautics in general and game design, both artistically and coding, and maybe music design. And what I would love to do with my life is combine those three as like some sort of career. That would be, if I could somehow afford to go to school, that's what I would do. That's what I would do with my education, right? But yeah, this is a trans stage. I'm kind of happy with it. The thing looks like a mess, like IRL, so I tried to recreate that mess. But let's put this up in orbit and fly around with it, do a re-entry test. Just to show you guys, it can survive re-entry perfectly fine. It's very good at it, actually. Simulate an orbit. We'll do 200 kilometers at an inclination of about 30 degrees. There we go. Graphic design, major represent, nice. Is this space planes part of a particular mod? Yes, RO capsules. It's the mod that adds this in. You're already studying aeronautical engineering, right? So in this For All Kerbalkind space race, we have a aeronautical engineer versus a pizza delivery guy. Don't worry, America's in good hands. It is ROC for that spaceplane. Well, that's not the initial, but RO Capsules adds it into RO. Arcane, just make music, forehead. Thanks for the bits. I don't know if it's releasable quite yet. I don't know. I don't know what ones are, if it's publicly available quite yet. I think things are still a little bit work in progress, so don't take my word for it, but. Why we know use the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. We'll be making that, my friend. Lord crazy. Well, we're gonna make the A-12 first. It's the same practical thing, a little bit different. But the A-12 is like before the SR-71, right? We'll have that plane. That's one of the ones that I'm also gonna be building very soon. Is that this has been just something I've been wanting for so long that we're doing this. And we're gonna have the A-12 maybe next episode as well. I'm personally a third-year student of architecture. Awesome. And the pizza guy is winning the crude race. Yes. All right, let's activate everything here. Gonna time warp ahead to right about thereabouts. I don't know. Show up the. We're just gonna light the trend stage so that you guys get a nice, cool visual of it, of possibilities. This is a possibility of us flying with this configuration for orbital flights. It's possible. It's really heavy, 17, 18 tons. Let's get rid of this thing. You should send up a massive pizza into orbit as a weather satellite. Yeah, X-20 Mars does have a license that allows for ROC integration. Yeah, and that's what Capcom's been working on. Can we name the SR-71 the It's Totally Not a Spy Plane? Yeah, we should definitely call it that. That should be its official designation. Payload capacity for the Speedy? No idea, Zane. It depends on the launch vehicle that can lift it into orbit. But this is what she looks like with the engines lit. I don't know if these plumes are right. I think they might be right. We're gonna bring our periapsis down to maybe about 50 kilometers or so. Sort of a shallow entry, but that should be good for us. Beastie One, it is going. And we really worry about surface and heat, that's it. And detach from this. Goodbye, trend stage. Time for orbital re-entry. How does this have to go with suborbitals? It went pretty well. How did you move your camera? I'd love to get some cool shots like that. Right, tutorial for moving the camera. If you hold the middle mouse button, you can move around like this sort of freely, right? Double click middle mouse button, recenters it. If you hold Alt and scroll wheel, it changes your field of view. We can go like all the way out to like fisheye type thing. Might be kind of nauseating. But what I like doing is zooming all the way in with this. It's a process of just scroll wheel, scroll wheel, scroll wheel. And this gets you a nice sort of look to it. And then hitting F2 gets rid of all of the UI. Fun facts. Fisheye lens, flat Earth. Well, I mean, look at that. We zoomed all the way in for the field of view. It's flat. The Earth is flat. What can I say? And for some reason, the aircraft was to overshoot the runway, but you're unable to turn around to land on the terrain for some reason not suitable for landing. What would you do? Well, it depends. If you're able to pull up enough, we can eject and parachute. Or we could just stick with the vehicle to the landing. Someone should make a pizza delivery contract. Yes. Pizza delivery to Pluto. Yes. Yes, Dinosaur is real, Quincy. Notice Spire's pals easy? Nailed it. What engines do the Transstage use? Kerbal, I tell you, it's an AJ-10. I don't know specific designations after that, but it's an AJ-10. 2 of them. Yeah, so if you hit escape and then hit F2, it gets rid of everything, but the game is paused and you have all of these camera things that you can do. And what you can do is you can see, like, we're moved here. We can just do this, move the camera to the other side, hit resume flight and F2, and then it just cut to the other side of the aircraft, but kept, like, didn't lose any time, right? So those are some tricks for, you know, making cool content and whatnot. Let's land this thing. We're gonna go like 15 degrees on the down and 12 degrees on the, 10 degrees on the up for dynamically soaring through the atmosphere. Are there pizza deliveries in Death Stranding? That's fun. Artemis mission. Imagine as they put first woman on the moon, they also eat a pizza on the moon, first time in history. Stellar. This is all just reminding me that I have leftover pizza in my fridge. I'm excited for that. This is Cook. I agree, Sciencium. I know you meant cool, don't worry. Tell me, the way that works, you have to hit 8 ball and then ask it a question. Or do whatever you want with it, I guess. Was that gonna be your thumbnail image for your next Kerbalkind video? I have no plans with any of the screenshots I take, Steven. It could be. We'll see what rolls around. You have leftover pizza in your fridge too. Nice. Has the back fallen off in any of the current testing? No, the back has never fallen off. The front has fallen off sometimes. 8 ball, will this crash and burn? Maybe yesn't. Why not name it We Don't See Us? What are you doing, us? Did you technically deliver pizza to yourself? Yes. I did. I didn't tip myself either. Caden, you also have pizza. We all have pizza. We'll just call this the pizza stream, I guess. We'll rename the channel to Pizza Gaming. What's our orbital shape like? Oh yeah, we're completely suborbital now. The front fell off, is that normal? No, it wasn't normal, but that was before when I had MechJeb controlling us via, what was it? MechJeb was controlling us via Better Controller, which flaps us around like crazy. I'll show you an example of the different types of attitude adjustment controllers you have. Hybrid controller works the best, but we could switch over to MechJeb attitude controller, where you can see that it's still stable, but it's starting to wobble a little bit and starting to shift side to side ever so slightly. This gets more and more prominent the lower down we get. I don't think it will. KOS attitude controller. It looks like right now, all of them are able to control us. Better control is what it was using. When we get down to 60 kilometers, these really matter. I'll show you again then, but Hydra controller is the best one. Anyways, let's time warp. It's now holding 15 degrees. We're starting to raise up, so we'll go down to 10. I'm gonna hold 12 for the whole reentry because I think that's pretty good. You make me want to call work and have them deliver me a pizza right now. Pyrax, do it. We can all share pizza together. We don't see as what are you doing as. I don't know if that name's gonna stick for the Blackbird. You could name it Dinosaur, like the German word for cinematic. Interesting. Pizza gaming, get lost in the sauce. You know, I have another question. What would you do if one of your landing capsules landed in the USSR or the enemy territory? What would you do, and would you do whatever it took to get your crew back? We'd get the crew back. We'd likely see a loss in funds and any science gain. Because it depends how tense things are between the two nations. Make a starship and interplanetary for next morning. God, I kind of don't want to do that. Ironic, his stream started to be around in pizza, and I was just making pizza dough and tomato sauce. Now I'm hungry and still gotta wait 4 hours for the dough to grow. Oh, nice. Homemade pizza is really, really good. I hope it turns out amazingly in 4 hours, 5 hours probably. Can you confirm on Eileen and Peter if Eileen and Peter will be your primary dinosaurs? Eileen, no. Peter, yes. Peter would love to fly this, just based off of the things that he's flown in the past. Just wondering if you plan to use the song recommended in a comment. Phantom Rocket. I don't remember if I wrote that down. Sorry, I didn't see your comment before. What song was it again? And if possible, could you send it to the Discord, which might be linked below? Are you and Beardy planning on a collab in-game eventually? Skywatcher, 100% yes. Most notably Apollo Soyuz. Or in our case, Trinity Soyuz. Because I know some people are a bit iffy about the Trinity name. I absolutely love the name Trinity for an Apollo analog. No, Eileen just more would be doing the Gemini stuff. And Peter would be going towards space planes now that's an option because, well, I sort of had it explained in lore when I was talking in the videos that he didn't want to be in a tin can, he wanted control of the vessel, and this is just his dream. Oh, Chemtrails by Simo, I got you. I saw you hearted the comment, so I got curious. I hearted the comment because I was like, I almost think I've heard of that song name before, but I just appreciated the suggestion. I try to heart like all of the comments on YouTube, which is a lot sometimes. You don't see me. Maybe we can hide that in as a decal somewhere on SR71 Lord Crazy or the A12. Eat. Our control surfaces are practically just right in the center, holding 12 degrees angle of attack, which is awesome. Shuttle at home, cooler than the shuttle. No, we're gonna have shuttle. I think it's just really cool, as dangerous as it is, and inefficient as it is. Can we crash? The possibility of crashing is always an option. I won't willingly crash though. Oh yeah, lots of people tonight. Dinosaur is a cool thing, I don't know. I wanna get a screenshot of this because it looks cool. Let's have like a cinematic view of this because I mean, we're just holding 12 degrees throughout the whole thing. We don't need to see all the details of the whole thing. I know, Spaceman Safe, it's cool. My friend Royal Aster is on hospital and the surgery is, I think, in 30 minutes. Oh boy. Best of luck to them. Oh, it doesn't even need to be modified for cargo use. It can just be used for cargo. We can use it for orbital outpost resupply. That's one of the secondary objectives that we'll probably be using it for. It looks like that concept art. Ooh, does it? Nice, nice, nice. Thumbnail League! New thumbnail on.
I can't tell you how alone I've been without you by my side. You walk by, but I only stare.
When are you going to do a nuclear test on Mars? Gotta give it time. That's all.
Myself, I miss you more than now. I can't tell you how alone I've been without you by my side. You walk by, but I only stare. You've been waiting for
Just stellar stability through orbital reentry. Just holding 12 degrees the whole way down. What we need to do now, I'm gonna do this off stream sometime, is what we need to do now is pinpoint exactly where we think we're going to touch down holding 12 degrees angle of attack. At this point, we're gonna turn off RCS. And now we're gonna start to wobble. And that'll give us an idea of when to burn for re-entry. It'll likely always be Mexico, accidentally. By the way, are you and Beardy or other friends planning on collaborative warfare? I actually did not do collaborative warfare. That was just Beardy. I don't think my channel existed back then. Maybe it did. But something like that would be honestly quite fun. Found the time to do it. It'd be very, very fun. Plan to collab with Beardy on station, just seeing how it plays out. We're trying to see how it plays out, but collaborative stations are definitely an interest of both of ours. I think we can hit off. We can do that. And we can give control to moi as we do an accidental aileron roll. There we go. Now we can't see a darn thing. That's nice. We are currently, where are we above? Body? No, surface. Oh, we're on surface. Biome water. All right. The lunar sample return should be called Ismene. I do believe there was a YouTube comment. It might have been from you voting for that same name. We're landing in the dark. We're doing this blind, guys. Evelyn 9. We land in the US and not Mexico. Oh, that's my thing, isn't it? Landing in Mexico on accident. Ideally, we could land up the eastern coast of the United States. Turn on the lights. They're already on. How long is the stream gonna be? Actually, we're probably gonna be wrapping up in just a little bit. I got some other things I want to do tonight, along with testing this. I think I'm going to be editing and probably pushing the next Reentry Orbital Simulator video. Accident. I'll be working on that. I might see what some of my friends are up to. Definitely eating pizza is part of the rest of today's thing. Maybe getting some other food. But yeah, this served as a fantastic test for Restream. It seems to be doing things perfectly. I am a bit scared. Oh, I can kind of see the water. All right, we have to dive down. And we gotta pull up. Flare, yeah, there we go. Water out of nowhere. Will you play Mars Horizon? I would love to. I played the demo and thought it was great fun. It was like RP1 if it was a simplified like board game type thing with dice rolls and stuff. Like that game could easily be a tabletop game, and I absolutely love that. Something y'all might not know about me is I'm a huge fan of tabletop games. I play D&D quite a lot. Just all the nerd stuff. I returned, took a shower because I have 9 hours long drive tomorrow and rather not be swampy for moving a ton of heavy boxes in 76-degree weather because, of course, Virginia has to be second summer. Welcome back, Vent. You've arrived at the tail end of the stream. This is some examples of what we can possibly see next episode when we have Dinosaur for real. And this has given me a good understanding of both how Restream works and also how what sort of flight profiles we can expect from Dinosaur, and by extension, what sort of vehicles we'll need to launch it up, and by extension, what sort of missions we can expect to actually fly with it. Those are, it's a lot of things that I need to keep in mind all at once, and that all of those will form what missions we do with Dinosaur. But I'm pretty confident we have a plethora of different ideas, unlike real life when no one could decide on any specifics. Funny bits to play applause, thank you so much. Decon on the bottom of the SR-71, please don't report, shoot us down. But to anyone who decided to show up again, I am a big fan of how this trans stage looks. Kentaur's better, just gonna say it. But, you know, this fits in a small package. Kentaur has more bang for its weight, that's all I'm saying. So, that is going to be it for this stream. Scene change. For those of you watching on Twitch, we are going to be raiding someone. We're gonna be raiding someone, and if you want to hop in on this raid on YouTube, you can go to the Twitch. You don't need an account to watch or raid. It just adds to the viewer count of both myself and whoever we're about to throw everyone else to. God help them. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for stopping by. This should be a VOD right on the channel right after this. I think that's how that works, right? And so, if you want more of these streams on YouTube, I think we'll be doing For All Kerbalkind streams on YouTube. We might do other streams of other games on YouTube too. I'm not a man with a plan. I impulsively follow things, and so far it's working okay. But as for my viewers on Twitch, let's see who we're gonna raid. We got King Akira starting over. King Akira's starting a save over. Oh man. Who else do we got? Do we got anyone playing RP1? I usually go with them. I think we gotta give King Akira a raid. What do you guys think? 2 more streams? Okay, Magnetic. His streams are usually a blast. He couldn't find any more comments. Yeah, we're gonna give them a raid. It's not, well, it's sort of inspired by For All Mankind, but it's not like trying to represent it. It's more like For All Mankind happened along the same time we were coming up with this idea, and it just sort of coincided. We couldn't not name it that. It was just a fantastic naming opportunity. And both Beardy and I are fans of For All Mankind. You could say it's inspired by it, yeah. He's such a KSP gamer that he random comments. Oh, King Akira. Yeah, he'll probably make some MIGs. Yeah. So, that is all for me tonight. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, peace out. How do I scene change? Oh, shoot. Found it. Professional streamer.